freaking awesome.
That's pretty cool.
We are
I'm gonna get
live. Welcome
the whole
everybody.
damn
Do a little bit of D&D in the Svenzone. I am a
Hey,
couple seconds behind on my stream responsibilities. Um, it's one of the reasons I don't talk to people usually beforehand, but it's my own fault.
Pardon.
I will get cameras up and going as we get rolling here. Um, to get things started, I'm going to start with Kendrick. Uh, I have a two-part question. First one is,
Oh,
what TV series have you seen the most?
MacGyver.
Have you watched the most number of times? And the second one is, what is your favorite TV series as of today?
Oh goodness. Current, past, all time,
All-time
genre.
favorite,
Wow.
all-time favorite,
Oh
and
dear.
all-time that you've seen the most times.
Wow.
Trying to think of if I've ever rewatched a TV series.
Really?
I mean, an HBO series I've rewatched several times, like a series. I guess that's close to TV now.
Sure. So what is it?
Game of Thrones was my one I've watched most frequently because I've actually ended up watching the entire series almost 5 times.
Wow. Okay.
Really?
Um,
I shared it with other people a couple of times, and but they sat with me through the whole thing. So, over the course of a couple of months. So yeah, that was the one I've seen most frequently because I don't think I've usually rewatched series very often. That one because it was still being made when I was watching, I had to rewatch the series almost every time they came out with a new season. So, um, let's see, my all-time favorite show. Goodness,
Emergency. Maud.
I golly,
Laverne and Shirley.
and
so
you're
a
dating yourself.
barometer, if to help you guys answer this question, is I watch a lot of shows, um, thanks to my DVR records them, and then I watch them as I have time. And there are certain ones that I'm really look forward to,
Okay.
and that's, so I watch a lot of game shows and a lot of things and series and things, but there's a couple of them that really stick out because, ooh, I'm excited to watch this particular episode, this
Right.
series. So,
Well, I'll just go with the current stuff that I'm streaming because picking an all time. I mean, I have to subdivide into genres because of the thousands of shows that I've watched over my lifetime and been a favorite at different times in my life. But right now, the one I look forward to watching whenever new episodes come out is Tracker.
okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That
All
was
right.
pretty good.
What about you, Reno?
I
I don't know. In terms of like just turning the TV on and watching it, I would say Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
If it's on, I'll just watch it. Yeah, but like I've gone through so many episodes of Blue Bloods,
Right.
um, and and then I watch comedians over and over and over again.
Okay.
They have a special. I'll watch
And
specials again and again. I
Joe,
love.
what about you?
Sorry.
Uh, for me, it's either Merlin or Avatar: The Last Airbender.
That you've watched the most number of times, or your
Yeah,
favorite?
What was the last one?
Okay.
I've rewatched Merlin a crap ton of times, the BBC version, and then Avatar: The Last Airbender is just the goat. So,
Is there more than one
which one?
version of
The anime
Merlin?
or
Are
the
you
live
saying
action?
I don't believe in the live action versions.
Have you ever
At
watched the new
all.
one?
No, I refuse
Oh,
to watch the new one
it's
because
it's awful.
they took all the things of the characters that made them like actual full fledged people
likable?
and likable and hateable and relatable, and just kind of took muted versions of all of them and destroyed the characters
Well, for the
entirely.
for the for the movie, that's definitely true. I've actually been pretty impressed with the series, but okay.
The if I watched the series, it would be for the effects version, the live action series. It'd be for the effects, not for the story whatsoever.
Okay.
Is there more than one version of Merlin? You said the BBC version. Is there more than one?
I don't know about TV series. I just specify BBC because I know it's the BBC version. I've never really looked into that because there's like obviously a lot of shows called Merlin. I'm sure somewhere there's some TV shows around called Merlin, but it's basically Merlin just follows this. It's kind of a different take on Merlin and King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table and all that. But it's good. I really like it honestly.
Okay. Um, Micah, are you on camera?
No, my camera's broken.
Okay.
I have to get a new one.
All right. And so, what is your answer to the question?
My answer is The Office, loud and clear. I've seen The Office more than any healthy person should have seen any TV
Right.
show. Too many times to count. Literally too many times to count. I watched The Office this weekend on a flight back home from Hawaii and to Hawaii. So,
Wow.
like, I fucking love The Office. I watch it all the time. I can quote it. I have the whole thing on DVD. I have seen the editor's cut of almost every episode because not all of them have an editor's cut. I don't know. I watch a shitload of The Office.
All right. So it's
But
the
it's
same answer to both. That's very cool.
yeah,
And
it's
then-
easily my favorite show, and I watch it a ridiculous amount.
And what about you, Mantha?
Well, up until Joe's answer, I totally forgot about Merlin. So I'm just gonna go with my original answer and say Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then all-time favorite maybe
Ooh.
Doctor Who.
Good call.
I was gonna say Doctor Who was on for so long.
Yep.
You said Doctor Who is your all-time favorite.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that
So
I grew
all,
up watching that
all
show.
of them, or do you poo-poo some doctors and like others?
To be honest, I'm not a true fan, so I haven't watched all of the old episodes. But since they came back with Christopher Eccleston, I've watched all of those.
Okay. Isn't the Doctor now a woman?
It was for a little while.
No, it's David Tennant
No,
again, and then I think he turned
actually,
into somebody else.
Oh. Okay.
So
I think
it's
moved to
funny
Peak
because
Season.
David Tennant is my favorite Doctor, and he has gotten not one, not two, but 3 regenerations, and I think that's really funny.
Okay.
Everybody likes him.
Interesting.
He's good.
Insane.
Alrighty. So, with that information now solidly in hand, we can take a look at where we were last week, or 2 weeks ago, last time we played. First of all, let me double check and make sure my sound is working.
Checky.
Estes, testes.
Not working right now, but I will tell you when I remember the show that I looked
Okay,
forward
cool.
to the most.
I went to the Subway for the first time in over a year because my teeth thing. Decided to I'd give it a shot again. Haven't been a while. Think I can chew a sandwich now. And I went to get my normal cold cut. It was like I haven't had one in a long time. I'm really looking forward to it. Going there. Little sign on the thing says we have no meatballs, no turkey, and no cold cuts.
Damn.
So I'm eating a massively overfull sandwich of chicken. Not the teriyaki, it's the other one. Anyway, wait. I was like, I don't need the bacon. I don't really want the crunchiness, but I want chicken. So he made me something, and he gave me a discount because they didn't have anything in the store. I wanted avocados. We're out of avocados. We're out of this. We're out of like, damn.
All right, so here is the recap of what was going on with you guys. There you are. So you guys had traveled to Neverwinter. Ooh, I didn't update you in the map. Oh, that's right, because this one doesn't have Waterdeep. That's why you're not on the Sword Coast Players map. Because here just to be... I'll fix it later. Alright, so you guys had come to Neverwinter and then moved your way up to Waterdeep. Also, initially to find a vampire that you had been inadvertently in debt to, and then your focus changed a couple times. You were gonna search for him and kill him, then you decided never mind, we'll just do what he wants, and so you ended up looking for the basilisk hearts north of Waterdeep, and after a couple weird adventures, you found the basilisk and found a basilisk and then its young, and then killed them both. Put one of the basilisk hearts, the small one, in a box per his request, and then buried the box in the basilisk nest, and then for the last several hours since the night before, you had been seeing flashes off and on, so you followed the flashes and found out that there was this weird round metal object buried in a swamp. Here's a picture. Well, there's also the background if you guys...
Yeah.
Some of you bury your backgrounds in windows before you even take a look at the background, so there is a background as well.
Somebody's not bitter.
And no, I don't care. I just didn't realize that was a thing, because even as a DM, I bury myself all the time, but I at least see the background for a few seconds before the windows pop up. But I've had a couple players say, "Oh, I didn't even know that was on the background."
Fun fact: there's actually a
windows.
setting in the options. There's a setting in the options that when you boot up again, it'll put your windows back where they were when you closed out of it.
Yep.
Fun fact.
What setting is that? Because I've been trying to do that forever.
Oh gosh, I'll have to look for it.
In the options?
It's in
You're
the
talking about
options.
the DM or on your computer?
It's in the options on
Fantasy Grounds.
Fantasy Grounds.
Okay.
I don't know where it is. I know I set it on for one of my campaigns because I just had too much to take care of.
I do.
How much of your
So-
wisdom, sir?
Okay, so there's one that says desktop restore Windows on start.
Yep, that's it.
That's it.
Oh hell, freaking! I wonder if that's new, relatively new. I mean, since the last
It's
time I tried
not.
to look at it. Okay,
No, it's been
wow.
around for a while.
I
So
did not know, because
they-
I'm always having to reset everything, the way I had it before. It took me 5 minutes to set up my screen.
Killed a couple things
I
on the
love
way
it.
to this object, and then found an entrance below, leading into the object, and went in, searched around, looked around. The first floor seemed to be empty. As far as they could tell, there was a platform in the center that lowered down, and two of them went down by themselves at first, and then immediately decided to come back. So they went back up. The rest of the group jumped in, and they all slid down, cramped in this little platform. Door opened, and they were in some sort of eating hall. Here's the image. There we go. I'll give you the 2D version first, the overhead view. Where'd it go? Here it is. There you go. So that's the 2D version. As they were looking around this eating hall, they opened up some cabinets, and one of the cabinets had this black mold in it, and so they attacked this black mold. It split into two, and now they have two black molds that they are fighting, or black puddings rather, and that is where we left off. Is there anything else anybody wanted to add or ask before we get rolling? All right, here's the navigation panel. Move it back. I like
Yeah,
the
Matt,
2D
for this one,
version. The 3D version is pretty cool, or 2.5D, whatever you want to call them.
I gotta say the 3D version you threw up for this past Wednesday was pretty cool to see what was going on as a whatever
Right.
a layman.
Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. There we go.
By
All
the
right.
way, I do actually want to throw this in. Hey, don't get hit by them. They hurt a lot. Speaking from experience.
All right. So I'm gonna change the initiative view to there we go, and then put up combat tracker for peoples. There we are. All right. So top of the round, it is Taugen.
I really quick want to like go through. Cause I know I made a nature check and I knew slashing damage doesn't do anything. But then what were the other facts that I had on them? Just so we have a refresher before we go making a whole bunch of baby blobs or something like that.
All right. So I don't believe what you just said is correct. Let me verify for sure. Okay, so yes, they are immune to slashing. So they're immune to cold, acid, lightning, and slashing. They are also immune to being blinded, charmed, deafened, exhausted, and frightened, or prone. Come on. There we go. All right. Toggin. Let me make sure. Did that answer your question, Joe?
Shoes.
We cannot hear you, Joe, if you're talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was waiting for the response.
Did you not hear my response?
No, you disconnected on unless I don't know. Did he disconnect for anybody else? I saw him disconnect or heard him
It's all you.
disconnect.
Yeah.
All you.
I assume he pulled you into a room like in a private chat because I couldn't hear anybody.
Oh, I
Lovely.
didn't.
Okay. So I'm not sure what happened there. Let me
I
try
didn't
this
get
again.
pulled at all.
Can everybody?
Again.
Is everybody able to hear me now?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The
All
whole
right.
time.
Let's try this again. They are immune, acid, cold, lightning, slashing.
It's like cold lightning slashing. Cool.
They are also immune to being blinded, charmed, deafened, exhausted, frightened, and prone.
Okay. Thank
What's
you.
left?
So
You can try and fuck them. They're not immune to
There you go.
charm.
They're not immune to grapple. Go
They
ahead
are
and give
immune
them
to
a big
charm.
old hug.
They are immune to
Oh,
charm.
did you say charm? I just didn't hear
Yeah.
you.
you can
I want to
grapple
fuck
them.
one of these things
You can
so
open
bad.
up. You can open up the effects.
The black pudding.
They are not immune to intercourse. So
I do
feel
know
free.
that I shared all that information last time we played. I do remember sharing that verbally with all of them.
What were the damage types that they are immune to?
Slashing, acid. Did you say fire? I don't remember.
Cold and lightning.
Cold and lightning. Cool.
Of course, that's what I use.
All right, Toggin.
2 plus the spell's level. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, I'm the self-appointed note taker. So everybody knows that's what they're immune to. Well, I was gonna do lightning, but I think actually,
Oh yeah.
Toggen's gonna back up a little bit more. And then he's gonna go ahead and try to cast Chill Touch on Black Pudding number 3.
All right. There is also a moonbeam blasting down on them.
Forgot about that.
You're welcome.
Is that me?
No.
No, Kree's not here right now. Kree stayed
Okay.
back with the something else.
With the body of the something with Rimjin and the rat guy. I can't remember their name right now.
Tricks. And
Thank you.
it was the Scrambles Basilisk head.
So Tagan moves back, puts a table in between them, and then he reaches out and this skeletal hand, like kind of like uh, grabs onto like a chunk of this black pudding, and now there's just a hand attached to the pudding.
All right, Jackson.
I forget, am I raging or not?
You are not raging.
Okay. I'm already involved with this one, I think, right?
You are adjacent to two of them.
Putting,
I'm not sure what you mean by involved with.
I mean, fighting.
You have none of them
We are
targeted.
I know, but what round are we in? Okay,
2.
so can I don't see any squares on this thing. Can I step to the east without engaging a attack of opportunity?
No.
Just I want to attack pudding 3.
If you step
I
to the
will
east,
say
you will get attack of opportunity.
I also
Okay.
remember I positioned my moonbeam so you wouldn't get hit by it. So where you are, like the corner technically is touching you, but like she intentionally has put so you won't get hit.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm just gonna go. I'm going for the piggy pudding number 3 with my great axe magical damn it. Out of my way here, please. There we go. Hold on, I'm trying to get rid of Cree here. God, okay. Me and Cree. All right, here we go. Cree and Bean. Come on, baby. Give me something good. Yeah. All right, and see what I got. See what I got. Ooh.
All right. So as you cut into it, give me just a minute. This is number 3. Come on, open up. There it is.
What do you always have 2 attacks with yours as a
That's
fight?
what I'm asking. I know I've had them many times. I'm asking if is it a standard thing now with my ranking, or is it only like when I'm raging, or what's the deal?
Oh, fuck it.
Yes, you do normally have 2 attacks. I just said
Awesome.
hold on a minute.
Okay. Sweet. While we are waiting impatiently for you, the show that I looked the most forward to ever was called Suits. A lawyer
Well,
firm
Suits is cool.
that
Yeah.
was just it was spectacular. Just crazy amazing. Of course, Chris and I always talk about Donna, who was the secretary who knew everything.
All right. So as you slice into this thing, it splits into 2.
Right.
Is it visible? It is. Okay. So yes, you have one more attack if you want to take it.
Okay. You know what? You know, how many the Fate Touch? I get one per day of the things of them because I only have like checks for one of them, but it doesn't say anything per se.
So your ability
It's a
Fey Touched
bonus. Okay.
is in your features,
Can, can I
and
use my Misty Step as a
Fey
bonus action?
Touched is you learn Misty Step and one first level spell of your choice. You can cast each of these spells without a spell slot. Once you cast either of these spells in this way, you can't cast that spell in this way again until you finish a long rest. So yes, once a day.
Okay. Okay. All right. One more moment. I was thinking of doing Misty Step as a bonus action. However, hold. Oh fuck. I'm gonna do Chaos Bolt if I can. It says hurtling, undulating, warbling massive chaotic energy at one creature in range. Make a ranged spell attack
So
against
you
the
can do
target.
that if you wish. You'll be at disadvantage because you're casting
Right next to it.
Okay.
within.
How much of a disadvantage?
That means you roll twice and take the worst roll. Click the
Oh,
little
that's what it
DIS
means.
button.
Okay. All right. That means that I'm gonna have to remember what they are not immune to, which is why I asked. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So I'm
Okay,
gonna
so which
aim the
one are you
same guy.
targeting first?
The one that I hit the pudding 3, piggy pudding.
Okay, so click DIS. You already have them
GIS.
targeted, and then
Yep. Okay.
there's
Hold
a
on. GIS.
little die attack on the spell. Go ahead, click
Hold on.
that.
I'm not seeing. I have save and cast and attack
So the
and a bunch of
attack.
damage. Okay, attack. Well, maybe. Here we go. And maybe.
All right, so that's a hit. Roll a D8.
D8. Okay.
All right, so that is fire. So you have a list of different damages. Double click click on the fire
Okay.
one once. I believe it's just a single click.
Oops. I did it twice. I'm sorry. They have an immunity to that, don't they?
No, that's why I said
Oh,
Nope.
roll the
That's
damage.
fire.
All right, so number 3 is dead.
and I'm assuming I did not invoke the ricochet effect.
If you roll the same number on both dice, which you did not. So you rolled a
But
5
that's really
and an
cool.
8.
If I roll both the same, regardless of what it is, I can roll again to do damage on another one, which is really cool. Can you tell me to do
Actually,
something?
the first one you did was 4 and
4
an
and
8. So, but they're still not the same. All right. Where did the extra D6 come from? All right, so go ahead.
It's
That is
included in my thing. It's part of my wonderfulness.
96.
All of my damage is 1d6 plus.
okay. And you shouldn't have been able to cast that because that's a full action. But we're just going to move on. It was my mistake. I was distracted by other stuff. So
Oh, okay. So the chaos bolt is a full action,
you
but
either
the
attack
Misty
with your
Step is
weapons or
bonus.
you cast a spell. You cannot do both unless it's a
Oh,
bonus
but
action.
Misty Step is bonus action. That was what I was reading.
Correct.
I can cast it.
Chaos
This
Bolt
is
is not
not
a
Misty.
bonus action.
This isn't Misty Step,
Okay,
bud.
my mistake. You want to take it back? I'll do it again.
All right. So, nope, just pass the turn. All right. So blade. Joey, you
Sorry,
running
I'm
blade tonight?
buried. Yeah, I'll run blade. I buried her window and now I can't get to it. Hold on.
You will notice that she now has a longbow.
Hooray! Alrighty. If I remember correctly, she's not really able to do a whole lot right now because of the way these things work, and so I'm pretty sure I had her. Oh, did she only have 2 cantrips? I thought she had more. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have her class Blade Ward again on Jackson. Oh, it's a self. It's a self. Never mind. That's why I didn't do that last time.
You're casting what on me?
Nothing, because I can't cast it on you.
Oh, okay.
That's resistant. Immune means it cannot hurt them. It does no damage.
Oh, okay. I don't think she can do anything. So,
Immune means what?
She can shoot with her longbow.
oh, I had piercing in there in my head for some reason. Yeah, okay. She's gonna shoot it with her longbow, but she takes a couple steps back. Is she safe?
She's
Right
not
there.
adjacent to anybody, yes. That is
Okay.
correct.
Yep.
Mean. Oh.
I'm sorry. Where is the longbow? I'm just seeing multi-attack, dagger, scimitar, action surge.
Go ahead and let me. I don't know if I've reshared the new one with you, so let me go ahead.
Oh yeah, I just pulled it from my
I'll
cohorts.
delete it from the cohort and re-add it since it didn't update automatically.
Thank you.
Alright, try that one. See if it shows up for you.
Yep, it did. Thank you. Oh, I think she needs to be added back on the map.
So Scramble spent his first turn running and getting into his bag to get oil out. So on my turn, I am going to throw the oil at black pudding number 13.
Okay.
What would you like me to roll? Athletics, strength, survival,
You
Stealth.
should have.
acrobatics.
No, give me
Sleight
just
of hand.
one moment. Alright, that's closed. Okay. I don't think they have anything like that. So go ahead and your proficiency is 3. So use your crossbow. Put a -3 in the modifier.
Okay.
Why is yours?
Negative.
Why is it +7?
Where is it? Crossbow.
Oh, because your dex is 1. Plus 4. Okay, yep. Alright, so yours. You splash the thing. Blade, did you do both of her longbow attacks?
No, I didn't realize there was 2 attacks. I've forgotten who does or doesn't have 2, so
Yeah, so
let me roll again.
she has multi attack, but she also has an offhand. So if you read her multi attack, she gets 3 attacks if she's using her scimitar or her daggers,
Oh, okay,
because one of
perfect.
them is an offhand.
Oh, oops, I think I rolled the wrong thing. I did. My bad.
Yeah, just roll damage. You still hit. Alright, so that one is dead. So this one's covered in oil. Are you going to move or anything else?
She already moved. I think
No,
she's
talking
not
to
gonna.
Scramble, sorry.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, it's cool. No, I'm going to stay there as a bonus action. I'm gonna pop my echo up, and I'm gonna put it right there. If that's within 15 feet of me.
No. No, you can go here.
Um, no, I'll keep it there, and I'll move myself forward in between the two. I'll move myself where the echo is, and I'll keep the echo where it's at there because I haven't moved it also. I will do
Okay.
a cool Dukes of Hazzard slide over the table.
Okay, give me an acrobatics check.
Awesome. I live for that shit. I have a +7.
Yep, I
Nice.
just didn't need to roll one, so you got. And
I know.
with a 25, it is very cool. You one hand whoosh, parkour over the
Parkour. All right.
thing.
Dope.
Toggin gives you a high five as you slide by.
Nice. Yeah, but that's all I'm doing.
Okay.
And I yell out, "It's covered in oil."
We don't have any torches
Which is,
handy like we normally
which is
would.
a good thing to say because they are black,
Black.
anyway.
Yeah. I don't have any spells that make torch like an instant torch, but I need to get like a lighter, like a D&D lighter. And if it's not invented, I'm gonna have Scrambles invent the lighter, I think.
Like a box of matches or
All right, Luthien.
We have flint and
I think I might
torch here.
have just the lighter fluid for you. Hold on. Alrighty, well, she has a spell called Produce Flame. She can throw it as far as 30 feet. Hold on. Oh, okay. She's gonna. I'm gonna have to drop concentration on Moonbeam. I don't know if it's better or worse if I drop concentration on this. I also kind of get concerned because this is a bloppy thing. If we set it on fire, it could just smear the fire.
Smear.
Yeah.
it's fine.
Rocks and bagels.
All right, why am I seeing you there but not here? That's weird.
Disadvantage, anything like that?
No. You do not have disadvantage.
Okay, cool. Let's do this then. Why did I roll with advantage though?
Because you're
I think Moonbeam gives
awesome.
you advantage.
Oh, okay,
I don't
cool.
think so.
I don't think it does.
Fucking damn it!
Oh,
Sorry.
never mind.
Sorry.
It's on Fairy
13
Fire.
has
I'm a little
Fairy
fucking
Fire
pissed.
because Toggin hit him, which I
Don't
think
dance
should
on
go.
my body, you cheating
I don't
fucking.
know.
Mick in the back.
I'm so sorry I missed all of that, but so I'm supposed to have advantage. I just
Yes,
need
you
yes or
are.
no. Okay, cool. I hit it. We're gonna throw fire on it. Do we have any additional due to oil, or will that come later?
So Scrambles, do you have it coded?
I think so. Let me just double check.
It's a flat 5. So if you want to just click
I
the
might
plus
have
5
something.
modifier.
Oil. I do have oil.
Oh,
Nope.
okay, yeah. I
Okay,
can.
so if you have it, you don't have it targeted Scrambles, but if you want to apply the 5 damage to it, go ahead.
I put the oil on it just now. Did it add it?
Does Micah sound like really?
Yes, Mike is very far away.
It's my fault. I moved the mic away from my mouth because I'm stupid.
So there should be a damage as well. Do you see is there a damage there?
Yeah, damage fire.
Okay, so apply that to it.
I dropped it on it, I think.
You just did the effect. There it is. That did it. Perfect.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So close and yet so far.
All right. So
It's
thing's
just
now
real
on
slow.
fire, and it, these black fumes are coming up from it, staining the ceiling.
I didn't think about the fact that we're gonna smoke ourselves out of this capsule here if we're not careful.
Yeah.
All right, Godin, you have Toggin targeted.
Okay.
I move over toward Targan. And I will use a third level spell slot to. Give me a second. Scroll up my third level spell slots. Okay. Right. To use Cure Wounds. And boom. And then give myself a little boost as a result of my custom healer. As a bonus action, I will put my actually I won't. Never mind. Wait. What is the kind of damage to this guy? Give me a second. What does Scrambles is imaginary friend and put like closer to the wall, like in front of him, but next to the bad guy.
So I missed the first part of that. You said
Spiritual weapon.
doing a spiritual weapon. Okay, this thing is almost
Spiritual
dead.
weapon close to the.
Very wounded. You can tell there's not much of it left.
Oh, never mind then. In which case, I will pass my turn, which is up here, right? Yes.
And don't forget to remove spiritual weapon from yourself.
Did I? Oh, that's probably for before. Thanks. That's been a while.
All right, so go ahead and do your moonbeam.
Okay.
And Jackson, when you hit it, you took damage. I just forgot to apply it.
Okay. Do we throw our magic in it? Or something else? Oh my god.
Okay. All right, so the moonbeam and the fire takes it out before it can attack. And you guys are left looking around, catching your breath as we are out of combat. The room reeks now of burnt black pudding. Burnt pudding is bad enough,
Pudding pie.
but now you add the odd organic bits to it. don't know why that effect is on my map. That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna close it. That bugs me. Okay. Alright, so what do you guys like to do?
Erwin, well, not Erwin. Oh my goodness, too much other stuff. Luthien is going to. Do you know if she can use the sludge for anything useful?
Give me a survival check
Edge.
in the tower.
Uh-oh. It's a tower. You're in trouble.
She's got a +8 in survival. I'm not too concerned.
Sorry, had conversations IRL. Tuggan would also like to know that.
Same thing.
Talking, you mind if I use my healer's kit on you? One of the 50,000 of those things I have.
Do
I
you
don't know.
think I would say no to your offer?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of stuff you got in your little pouch there. But yeah, I will.
Look, if you can save him resources, go ahead.
I can only do it once a day or once a rest or something like that anyway. So. Yay, there's a little bit
Awesome.
extra for you. That is healer kit number whatever. Let me see if I can find my list. 70 down to 72. Over back 2. Okay.
Alright, so with Luthien, you know that one of the demon lords can imbue black pudding with more intelligence. And so there are some certain oozes and puddings that are frowned upon by if people use them because they're more evil than others. Most puddings and cubes and oozes are just neutral, mindless creatures. But people who choose to use them can have negative connotations to it. But as far as actually being able to use it and stuff, there isn't anything really. They dissolve and turn into sort of like a sludge that is no longer acidic. They have no body parts beyond the sludge itself.
Oh man, so what did you say about the immunities? It does take damage a little bit, or it takes no damage.
Resistant means it takes half damage. Immune means
Okay.
it takes no damage.
Okay. Sweet.
Most things are overcome with magic. So if you have a magic something, then they may still take the damage from it, but that's not the case for all things.
And
Alright, so
we'll be us
Moonbeam,
when we come across one that has immunity to magic.
yes, Moonbeam goes away.
I have potion of healing.
Are you saying that you're going to take one?
I don't know how many I have. It only just says the name of it.
If there's nothing
The
in it,
inventory.
then you don't have any. You're just keeping it there so that when you get more, you can just add the number to it.
Well, I have the wand of binding that I have in there. If that's what you're asking. I think. No, I have that. Yeah, I think so. No, wait a minute. That's wrong.
What I'm asking is, are you going to take a potion of healing?
I just wanted to. I thought we were talking about healing for a moment, or maybe it's just my mind. Yeah, I'm a little bit damaged, so if we're gonna need more stuff, I need to take one of my things. But let's see, I got 40 almost, 39, 39 out of 130. So, all right, I'll wait.
Okay.
Sorry. Let's see what I have.
So you guys have searched most of this room. It still stinks. Not only does it stink of rotting food and other things that you're not sure what they are, but it now stinks of smoke and burned stuff. The tables are empty.
40 plus 4.
There's nothing in the chairs either. And you were searching through the cabinets. You had searched the other 2 cabinets. You did not finish searching the cabinet with the pudding in it, because as soon as you opened it, it lashed out and attacked.
Bastard.
So what would you guys like to do?
I guess we finish searching the cabinets.
Sure.
Yeah, that's cool with me.
Okay, so go ahead and... Alright, so Toggin, you come over.
Going back to the cabinet he was trying to open before.
Jackson will just be playing guard.
You
His
do
usual role.
see a tin.
Jackson.
So it's a little metal container. Hold on.
Jackson feels my hand on his butt
Salted pretzels.
as he gets goosed by a healing spell. Not spell, actually. Just I use the kit.
Okay, now pull down your pants while I do weird things to your butt.
As long as it heals me.
As long as you whisper soft
As long as
nothings in
it
his
heals
ear.
me, I'll do anything.
I've done once. I've done less for more. That's that backwards.
Alright, sorry guys. Alright, so you find this metal container that has a metal lid on it. So very odd, something you haven't seen before. The way it's made is just unique. You've seen metal containers, but they're usually like small boxes and little baby chests. This one is a round, like a cup, but it has a lid, and you've never seen a round cup with a metal lid on it.
I'm assuming there is. Is there writing on the outside? I know that there's symbols that are a language that I don't know. Are there symbols on this that are in that language?
Do you have comprehend languages on it?
I currently have the understand languages, which is tongues, not comprehend languages. But I did recognize that the symbols on the what
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
the
call computer
individual symbols on the
language.
keyboards were individual letters. That's why you guys couldn't read most of the writing in the other room above you, because they weren't words; they were just individual letters. What does tongues do? Are you able to read other languages?
It does not let me read another language.
Okay, so yes, there is writing on this tin, a metal container.
Jackson, give it a whirl. He's good at history. Let's see if he
Go
see
ahead,
something
you're
I
next to
recognize.
me. You can look at the tin.
So you believe there's something in it, but it's hard to tell because again you're not familiar with this metal, so you don't know how heavy it should be. You don't hear anything, you know, if you shake it and rattle it around. You don't hear things slamming. It's not like there's things banging on the inside of it, but you're not sure. You would have to open it to see.
It feels abnormally heavy, you said?
You don't know
Or
because you don't. But is Scrambles under the same thing where he can't read? He can only
Yes.
understand spoken language.
Yes, I cast it on both myself and Scrambles.
Okay.
Or you get some raisins drying in the sun?
It's a closed container. Just open the top. Let's see what's in it.
Is there some sort of obvious mechanism to open this top, or am I gonna use my knife?
No, I'll say you're able to figure it out. You just pull. It just pulls off.
Okay, I pull off the lid.
Okay, so inside you see there are these
A snake jumps out at you.
spongy beads.
Would have been really funny if you just thrown like a jack-o'-lantern in there, like one of those toys that everything just jumps out all over the place. But there's not
Yep.
some
So
kid's toy stuck
you know what I
in the
mean
cabinet.
by they're sort of like boba, but bigger.
Okay.
So they're squishy and they're stuck together. They're not fused together. They're just right now. They aren't rattling around, but you can pick and move them. There looks to be about 7 of them.
Target pulls one out and holds it out to Jackson. Hey, eat this.
Do I trust you?
Do
I'll
you?
eat it. I do, yes. I've
Drinking her potions for the last
blindly
month or
trusted
so.
you. It was very, like 5 minutes after meeting you, I blindly trusted you. So, yes. Yes, I will
That's
do
right.
that.
She gave you a potion out of a blue the
I-
first time. Oh,
All right, so
No,
you
it
put it
was
in your
really like
mouth,
15 minutes.
and it dissolves almost immediately. Doesn't taste like anything. And it's sort of like jelly, but like I said, as soon as you put it on your tongue, it dissolves. But you are
Oh.
full as you swallow it. You're no longer hungry.
Ooh. Nice.
where's the fun in that?
And now Target's
things-
looking
I
for
got things to
signs
do,
of
man.
poisoning. We're gonna keep this one in quarantine. We're gonna watch his behavior.
Got things to go and people to. What is it? Oh, never mind. People to
So
do. There we go.
it fills you up in some way.
Cool. Thank you. Absolutely.
I
Do I
just
get my
used
spell
him as a
back?
test subject, and he's thanking me. This is
No,
great.
you sadly do not get your spells back.
Okay.
Hey, Scrambles, want to eat one?
Are you holding it up in the air so I can see what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try something new. I like new food. But I'll come around to try one.
What are you
Alright.
guys trying?
Why are you laughing so
found-
hard? That's
Magical
Target has-
liquid?
Target has a new
There's
food, and then I
Too
put it
many
in my
people
mouth.
talking.
I
there are
found
too many people.
a can of something, and I opened the can, and then there were like these like big boba balls in it, and I said, "Hey Jackson, eat one," and he did, and then I just offered another to Scrambles.
Gotcha.
So
Scramble
same
says, "Hey,
thing.
look, Target has new food."
It dissolves on your tongue, and it has almost no taste at all. But you are no longer hungry.
Oh, that doesn't really taste like anything, but it takes all the fun out of way of eating.
So both of you have enough nourishment for a day of rations.
God
I feel
damn,
pretty
it's
good.
D&D Lambus bread.
It's the
Oh.
D&D stride strip.
I
It's
don't
a
know what that
tasteless
is.
good berry, but doesn't give you the 1 hit point.
S-
So
Stride and
it's worse
Trident came
than
together and
berry.
made these little breath strips that you would put on your tongue, and they
Yeah,
dissolved,
pretty
and your
rough.
breath smelled good. But also, you had like an acid burn on your tongue for the rest. It was so strong, it was insane.
Yes.
It was
You're
like
not wrong.
police grade mace in your mouth.
You are not wrong. It's
I'm
like
done.
Yes.
Instead
like
of
the
good
first time
berry,
I
this is
tried
bad
Banaka
berry.
when I was like 10 years old. They don't think. Do they even have Banaka anymore?
I have no idea what that is.
Banaka Blast. So it was a. It looked like a little, um, like a cologne thing, like small but like thin, skinny colander, a metal thing that had a spray. Like I don't even know that there's anything I can compare it to now in terms of what's used for. But anyway, you would use it for your mouth. In Dumb and Dumber, he keeps turning it around backwards and spraying. He's supposed to be spraying breath stuff into his mouth, and he sprays it the wrong direction every time.
Yep, it's like
That's Banaka.
OZM for you.
Now we
It's
have
Banaka
Baja
Blast.
Blast,
So
but no
Banaka
Banaka.
Blast, you would spray it as you quick sprays in your mouth, and it would be a minty uh, aerosol that you were
Yeah,
putting in your mouth, horribly unhealthy. But it also did the same thing. It burned the shit out of you if you got it too.
All right. What are you guys doing?
First time I felt anything like Banaka since I was a kid. Banaka Blast.
the
Look it up
All
and
right.
little
find
And
it.
what are you guys
But
doing?
Dumb and Dumber. If you ever watch Dumb and Dumber again, watch him. Every time he goes to talk to anybody, he takes out this little canister and sprays, and he's got it spraying the wrong direction, so it's spraying away from his face. He opens his mouth and sprays it, and he misses his mouth. So his breath smells better supposedly before he goes to try and kiss a girl.
All right. What are you guys doing?
which way are we going, or which way have we come already? This, this is the junction
We came
of a
from like the
south.
elevator.
But yeah, we went. Maybe I
Door.
guess we have to go back in the elevator and go either deeper or something else.
There's doors along the edge of this
Are
room.
there doors in here?
Oh, I see at least one, and I'm sure my windows are covering up another.
I
There's a
don't.
door by Blade, and there's a door opposite on the other side of the
Oh,
wall.
those are doors because on my. Oh no! See, my screen wasn't active. I was moving my mouse around, but I didn't see when I went. Oh, highlighted over them, it wasn't doing anything because the screen wasn't active. That's weird. Okay, now I see them. All right, cool. Let's check out door number one.
Oops.
Blade.
No,
Oh, she's like,
she's not
screw
paid
that.
enough to open doors.
Oh man. Crumbles,
Sure.
you want to open it or shall I?
Scrambles opens it. Scrambles likes to do new things. He'll try it out.
I will argue that opening a door is not new, but okay.
But it ends. You go into a new
Ooh.
place. That's
A
what I
new
meant by
door,
that.
Yeah.
a
So
new
he's
room.
opening this door, and he isn't listening to it first.
Yeah, it's
That's new for
brand
him.
new. I've never done that before.
He's never done that
Never.
before.
That is true. All right. All right. So
Walk in there blindly. Ah, there's a beatbox that's animated in it. And I didn't listen, so I didn't hear it.
you see there are bunk beds in here,
Boo.
foot lockers.
Ooh,
You
loot.
see there is a poster on the wall, some sort of paper hanging. You guys know you would know what their posters exist in this world. And there are different glyphs on the poster, writing and stuff, and then the beds are all made.
So it looks tidy and well kept.
Does anybody
Oh
else see
goodness.
this the green weirdness on
Two,
the
three,
bottom?
four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are
Oh,
12 lockers in here.
Anybody
Bottom
see
of
this
what?
green weirdness?
Hang on. No, where you
Okay,
just highlighted,
No.
there's
No.
it's normal to
okay,
me.
I
good.
don't even see it
I don't know
highlighting.
because it shouldn't exist. It doesn't exist in the DM map. I don't know why it's showing up on the stream and only the stream. That's weird. Okay, that's fine.
There are lockers everywhere.
You're right. That is weird. I say, pulling up the stream. Don't know what that's about.
While they're doing that, I'm going to be listening at this door if I hear anything.
Give me a perception check in a tower.
Okay.
You do not hear anything besides the footprints of everybody leaving your room. It's Discord. What the hell?
We found this
Welcome
incredible
back.
So it's
magical dagger in
Discord
this
this time. Discord is the one who's being weird.
Okay.
I don't know why Discord is being stupid. I've never had that happen before. All right. Um. Anyway, so you do not hear anything besides footprints of everybody leaving the room.
I'm going to the first locker that I'm next to and opening it or checking it out anyway. Is it locked or can I just open it
It is
as
unlocked.
I try to? So I open it fearlessly,
Okay.
recklessly.
There's a bunch of clothing and papers.
Does the clothing look like normal clothing or is it weird clothing to me?
It looks like folded cloth in front of you. From what you can
Oh,
see, it looks a little different than what you're used to.
I'll pick it up and hold it up.
Okay, give me a perception check, and it is a different style than what you're used to. Yes.
Perception. Where'd you go? I don't know what the hell this is. It looks like clothes. As I hold it upside down, apparently. Did we lose him again?
Yep.
Poor
No,
guy.
you guys can still hear
Oh,
me.
Oh,
somebody
Okay.
just left.
As you're looking through
Where's
stuff,
Micah?
and the papers seem to be attached to each other somehow. There's some sort of fastening you're not familiar with,
Okay.
and there's stacks of them, and there's the paper itself is very unique. You haven't seen this. You presume it's paper, but it's the very smooth and fine, very very white. Not what you're used to seeing.
Is the writing in a language I recognize or no?
No,
Okay.
it's you do recognize it as the same language as you've been seeing, for the most part,
But it's not. I don't
um,
recognize. Okay.
and you hear something hit the floor as you're searching through the rest of the stuff,
Well, I will look for
and it's
what
a little pin. It's a decorative pin made of different little precious metals.
I'll hold this out to Toggin. What do you think of this? And these, I've got a bunch of papers that are attached that have the same kind of writing on it as the other writing we've seen.
What? Can I read it or try it again or whatever?
If you come into the same
Yours.
room we're in.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking Sven.
Oh,
That is
'Cause I mean, I did a roll for that already. So do I do a roll each time, or do I just you just keep saying yes and no?
Well, it's in a language we don't understand.
I just looked at it before or whatever to study it to see if I was recognizing things, whatever.
It
Right.
looks to be the same language that you guys have seen throughout the
Right,
in a couple different places, but no, you
right.
cannot read it.
Okay. I'm pretty decent at sleight of hand if you want to try opening it up, if it's locked, whatever.
It's papers.
Oh, that's it.
Here, I will hand them to you. You can read them to your heart's delight. I have no idea what they say.
Yes, I will check them out. Fan through them.
I will, rather than individually wander through all of these, I will say that I want to go through all of these lockers and just kind of rifle through and see if there's anything unique anywhere. Otherwise, just seeing if there's something other than just papers and uniforms and a decorative pin.
Okay, it's going to take you about half an hour while the rest of you guys doing while he's doing that.
Unless other people want to join me in searching out the lockers,
I will
maybe
go
cut the
ahead
time
and
down.
help him.
Yeah, sure. Well, actually, we have enough. I'll stay by the
All
door
right,
again.
Luthien, what are
Hanging
you
out.
doing?
Let's see. I'm not looking at the map. Alright, so it looks like a bedroom. They're all chests, honestly. If somebody hasn't looked at the ones on the far side, Luthie's gonna walk over this far side here and look at them.
All right.
Cool.
And
Yeah, so we're all
Scrambles,
basically searching
Investigation
through.
or
they
perception?
found papers and strange clothing and a pin, decorative pin. What would you like to do, Scrambles? While they're everybody except
We're all
Jackson is
basically,
looking through the
yeah. Right.
chests,
I'm gonna lay in one of the beds, test it out.
top or bottom.
Bottom.
Oh, don't go on the top. You're
Okay.
gonna break it.
Yep.
It's probably the smoothest bed you've ever laid in.
Oh no.
It's a little
Oh,
short for
He
you.
falls asleep.
No.
You had to bend your
I'm
knees if you
I'm
want
gonna
to
take like 3
keep
of
on
these
it.
things with me. Can
But
I pick 2 of them up?
Remember, we all have to
they
go
are
through the
attached to
swamp
the
to get
floor.
out.
Give me
The
a
mattresses
percentile.
or the bed is? I just want the mattress part. I'll
Give me a
still try.
percentile.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you figure out the top bed can be removed,
Ooh.
and yes, the mattresses are hooked, but you can unhook them and take the mattresses as well.
No, I just want the mattress because I don't want to carry a whole bed out of here. That's be a huge pain in the ass. But I'm big enough I can put 2 twin-size mattresses under my arms and I'll carry those out.
Keep in
could
mind,
carry
you're also
4.
carrying
Have a right to eternity? What do
basilisk
you?
heads.
I'm not right now.
Yeah, but you will be.
And when it comes down to it, we'll figure out, do I choose the sleep number
Flexible?
bed or the basilisk head? We'll figure it out.
Yeah, are they flexible enough they can be smushed down and thrown into one of the bags of holding?
No,
I'm still going to take them with me. I have a horse.
Of course.
Of course.
all right. So as you guys search through them, you find pretty much the same thing. There are some slight differences in the clothing, slight differences in the materials. The pins are also different as well, but altogether, the pins would be sold as a collection.
Cool.
All right, who is taking the petrified basilisk eggs, or am I deleting them?
Ooh, we definitely want them.
Oh, yeah.
And someone needs to take them.
I'll
So you
take
got
I'll
the
put
pin
them in my no
collection.
space
I'm
bag.
guessing it'll be worth about 150 gold.
Yeah. I'll
For
put them in
the-
my space bag.
And then you got the weird gelatinous
Wait a
things
minute.
you found. Those should be together because if you take them out of the tin, the little metal container it comes in, they get squished really easy and ruined.
Lovely.
doesn't mean they all have to be consumed by the same person, but they should be carried by the same person. So open the party sheet and grab what you want from those three things. Because I'm going to start deleting them if you guys aren't carrying them around.
So, are you taking the eggs or not, my man? Please do, if you are taking
Yeah,
them.
unless somebody has some other reason. Why
Okay.
not?
Then go ahead and
Oh,
drag them out of the party sheet before they get
I'm
deleted.
trying to, but fucking thing is not cooperating. There's a weight limit on the bag of holding, correct?
I don't know to worry
Yes.
about those things. I think.
Like, for example, the scrambles pretty high up there, or I have a bunch of stuff too. All right, here we go. Okay, so here, do one at a time, right?
I gave you the eggs.
Oh, you did. Because they're right here. Okay, I'm sorry, what's the
So
beat
all that's
about?
left is the pin collection.
Sure, I'll take that. Actually, I will take that. If nobody that minds. Or just put it in my thing,
Good.
please, Mr. Sven. I also have some other secret things that I'm not going to talk about. See,
My only concern is that
everything's
some people will sell what the party loot. Other people hoard things. So if you're going to take it, you either need to
I'm
roleplay
taking it.
that you're using it, roleplay that you're displaying it, or sell
Okay.
it. So as
Well, I
long as you're
have a
willing,
different reason.
whoever's taking it is willing to do that, that's fine.
Hold on a minute.
Because it's worth 150 gold. If you're going to keep it for yourself, then you need to pay the rest of the party their share of
Yes.
150 gold,
Yep.
like Scrambles has done before.
Yes.
So, are you
Unless,
taking the pin? Okay.
I am, yes. Unless
Okay.
somebody objects, I'm taking it. I will pay for it in blood.
Okay, by it, do you mean the pin collection?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and take that out. And then,
I,
1, 2, 3, 4. So,
okay, hold on a second. I gotta get that over again.
take out 120 gold.
So,
Subtract
but
120
wouldn't
gold from your
it?
inventory.
But it wouldn't. I wouldn't get that much money if I was selling it. So we still got to do the bartering thing or something. Or you just blanketing saying it has, but that's how much it costs. If I were to sell it on the market, I would not get 150. So I'm thinking I owe the party a little bit less. Or are you saying that I owe it? Period.
Give me a percentile.
Hey,
This is a collectible item. It is not a flat rate. So you could sell it for a lot more. You could sell it for almost nothing. You have to have the right collector to do it. It's like
right,
having a Spider-Man #1.
right.
Only certain people would pay a lot of money for it. Other people would not.
Yeah.
So let's see. Times.
So that's. How about
All right. So take
100
away.
and,
First of all, take it out of the party sheet, and then second of all, take away 80 gold from your.
I just, what am I grabbing for that? Damn it. I'm grabbing the dot, right? And bringing it over. There we go.
Yes.
I think. Yep, there we
There
go.
you
Sweet.
go. Woohoo.
Take away 80 gold. Everybody
Yep.
else, Scrambles, Luthien, Godin, Toggin,
Is that my platinum?
add 20 gold to your characters.
Okay.
Jackson, subtract 80.
Yes. How about 7?
Okay.
That's 5.
So now you have the door to the west. You have to go back into the eating room and go through that door. What would you guys like to do?
Probably the same room, given the size of this. Scrambles, you
Sure.
still here?
I'll go check the
Okay.
other room.
We go this.
Can you push me in the map? It didn't load again. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Thank you. Or just move me over to the other room or to the other door.
Oh crap! Explosion.
There it is.
1.
Perfect.
God damn it.
Give me just a second here. I'm checking something. I'm trying to remember. Okay, good. All right, so this is. So I'm sorry. What did you say you were doing? Oh, you were moving over to the door. Okay,
Yep, moving to the other door. Check the other room.
just gonna open the door.
Worked so well this time. Don't try it again.
All right,
I'll
so
be coming with you.
Cool.
So I'll follow you. Where am I? Phew. There you go. I'm
okay, you're in
bouncing
a
on the
bed
bed.
right now.
What are you doing up on the top of the bunk bed?
Bouncing like that, like a little kid.
Okay. All right,
You
so
know
as
what
you
that
open the
checkout-
door, this blast of humid air hits you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do the mattresses help muffle
What the
any of the
hell
smells?
is that?
No.
Ugh. And I
Every
step
inch of
back.
the room is covered with these green vines,
Gross.
Ew.
and
Does he know
there's
they're
a
alive?
way up in the middle and the top. There's some sort of metal apparatus, and there's a stream of water pouring down into the room, falling onto this large heap of plant material.
Funky. You think it's leaking because of where it crashed, or is this supposed to be doing this? Does it look like a man-made crack, or does it look like like it's broken crack in the ceiling?
There is no crack. It's an apparatus.
Oh, it's an apparatus, so it's intentionally spraying water. It's not leaking from outside.
Pelagia,
Correct.
man.
Okay, gotcha. Oof.
It's gross. Step back. Ugh, I don't want to go in there.
I will get a little closer because I want to get a little better look. I don't want to jump in the water though. Is it like if it looks like a pool? Would I be stepping down into a pool, or is that just a kind of a layer of water on the floor?
It looks to be about 6 inches below you, and there is a layer of
Okay,
water on the floor.
gotcha.
Well, if you consider that a pool, then yes. More
Well, no,
like a
no, I was
fountain.
thinking it's not like gonna be like 3 feet deep or something like
Nope.
that. Yeah. Okay.
It's more like a
Is there
mall
any kind
fountain.
of electronics or anything along the walls that I can see from around that? I mean, is there anything
You
that
don't
looks like
know what
control for the
electronics are,
room?
my man.
Or is there any kind of things like upstairs around the edges of the wall? Good point. Like buttons or switches or anything that look like it might be.
No, I don't know. There's a metal
Oh,
apparatus that's pouring water into the middle of the room.
from the top.
Are these plants that I recognize? Like, are they plants that we might have passed like a billion of them out in the swamp or something
Give
like
me
that?
a nature check. You recognize about half of them. It's hard to tell because they're all intertwined, and a vine is a vine, but some of the leaves and things look a little different. Some of the coloration of the vine is also a little different than what you're used to seeing.
Gotcha.
I'll turn to talking. Does any of this look useful to you? Like, I mean, do you want to collect anything, or should we just avoid it?
I do not know if I want to collect any of these, but I do recognize most of them. And you said that the apparatus in the middle of the room was just raining water?
Ah, shit.
Correct.
Click the wrong fucking button.
Okay. Um,
It's hard to see from where you are with all the vines, but you can see that there's something up in the center, and there's water coming down from it.
fuck it. I'll go in.
You're clearly not outside, so something is causing this water.
Toggin is gonna start trying to make his way to the center of the room.
Okay. Give me just a minute.
Scrambles will put his mattresses against the wall and plug his nose and walk on the water behind Taugen.
Oh yeah, you're on the water.
Yeah, have water walking.
Yeah.
Cheater.
Must always
I
specify
had to
it.
slosh my
Lest
way through
Sven's
the
forget.
the swamp. You just walk across it.
It's pretty neato. I didn't want to drown. We took a boat one time and I was worried I was going to drown, so I got the ring.
Good call.
Hey, come on. Hold on a second, guys. All right, so this is a good time to take our 10-minute break. So go ahead and we will be back at 8:40.
Sweet.
All right, we are back.
Cool.
So as you guys step into the room, there's movement within the vines, and these little critters form up. It looks sort of vaguely humanoid, and it looks actually doesn't have it here. So make sure. Okay, yeah, I'm making hard. Find the other image. Go ahead and give me initiative. As this little vine critter forms up and goes to attack you.
Oh,
It's giving me like Swamp Thing vibes, kinda.
What kind of vibes?
Like the Swamp
Sorry,
Thing?
I'm back.
yep. Something is not far off.
Are you able to roll initiative for Blade? Let me push it. Let me see. Where's requested rolls? Blade. And it.
Oh, are we rolling initiative? I missed that.
Sorry, I heard it and my brain just stopped like processing it. I'll roll initiative for everyone else.
Alright, let me switch. We'll put this down so it's not taking us up as much room on the stream. And switch the view now that we're in combat again. Turn. What? You can't see the water in this view. That's weird. I don't like it. Alright.
What?
And he is much a little smaller. Alright, so there we go. I think I'm gonna go over here and move to this side of the room. Alright, I'm just fixing the 2D view. It's a shame the water isn't showing up in this view though. It looked so cool when we were outside and the water was there. It's annoying. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll give that a shot and start like this. Okay, where's Jackson? Here he is. Okay.
I'm there, damn it.
So this thing pops up and it's very hard to see, but as these vines just start sort of form, and you see a sort of its head and these limbs come out and try to grab you.
They miss, of course.
All right, and you see all these different vines and things around it start 15-foot radius. All right, sprouting up around it. I need save from you and save from you. All right, used. Alright, so the two of you are restrained. You were restrained before walking in here, now you're restrained. Alright, so that's what happens with him. Another one forms next to where Scrambles is. And he is going to reach out and try to grab you.
Watch them cold hands.
Sad trombone as he doesn't even come close. Alright, Scrambles. You are muted in Discord.
So Scrambles is gonna kind of look around. He's gonna, are we hanging out for this? And he's gonna move in front of the door. Actually, no, he's gonna stay right where he is.
Okay, right now you're in the wall, so are you going to stay in the room where you were?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go anywhere. I can't move myself back though.
Yeah, because you got stuck in the wall. Okay.
Anywho, yeah, I'm just gonna stay where I was, and I'm just gonna say, are we doing this? Like, what's going on? And I'm gonna hold an action, and if Taugen leaves the room, I will follow him.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna pass my turn.
Well, it's the same question. Talking, do we stay or should we just get out of here?
Should I
Oh, you're
stay?
your own.
Should I
You're
go?
your own person. Make your own choices.
That's what Toggin says.
Well, you're
Okay.
the plan expert.
No, it's not what Talkin says because it's not Talkin's turn yet.
You can respond.
Yeah.
As long as you guys don't sit there and make complex plans, you can say simple statements.
Well,
So
these
you have
does
to
not
vote.
seem like the most fun place to be.
We still have the other door to check out on the other side too.
That's the same room.
Oh, it is. All the way around. Okay.
Okay.
Side, yeah,
I'm,
it's the size of it
I
looks
don't-
like that'd be right. I'm just
okay, there
gonna.
we go. Okay, my mistake.
It's like, hey, let's just get out of here. Then we don't need to. We don't have any quarrel with these, whatever they are.
Yeah.
We're
It's
just
just
investigating. So I'm gonna zip out of the room.
No, you're not. You're restrained.
I am restrained. I will ungrapple. I'll try and grapple my way out. Try and get loose. Is that
All right.
a strength check?
So,
Strength check? Or just straight check? Or you want me to do
all right. So I need a creature can use its action to make a strength check, or for freeing themselves or another entangled in the room within reach. So yes, go ahead and give me an athletics check. Alright, so you rip away some of these vines and things. but you are not able to rip away enough. You are still entangled. But that takes yeah, that is
regular
your action.
movement.
Yep.
My action, okay.
So you have a bonus action. That's pretty much it because you can't
I
move.
do. Question is, which one do I want to use? Is there anything useful to? I think the only thing really useful here is I'll go ahead and put my spiritual weapon out. Level 2 spell.
All right. Do you have it?
I don't.
All right.
It never saves
Go
anymore.
ahead and ping where it is.
Let's put it. Right here.
All right. Go ahead and delete that.
Oops. Ah. Hang on. Sorry. Hit the wrong button. Fine. No.
That's why if you ping it, it's a
I
lot
got it.
easier.
Yeah, I know. I haven't learned how to ping yet. So, all right, done.
Let's go ahead and roll your attack. And we'll put it 5 feet up.
Am I targeting? But no. Target. First weapon. Why did it roll twice?
Because go ahead and click advantage and roll again. Because you are
Okay,
restrained, so that's why
I'm
it
not.
gave
I
you
know, but
disadvantage.
it's not. Yeah, I gotcha. But my first weapon, not. And that is my turn.
A little bonkiness. Blade.
Blade is this is where Blade can do shit.
She's a shit doer.
Oh my god. Oh, that's how you move it. Never mind. I remember
shit.
now. Can she
Like,
run?
get shit done.
Is the token supposed to be locked? Or are they supposed to be locked?
When you go spaz like that, yes, I'll lock them. There you go.
Oh. I just need to know how far I'm moving is my biggest problem in general. When oh, 30.
You lost your free movement privileges.
That's right.
I don't mind, frankly, but
Yeah, but you lost it for the whole class.
So she can move 5 more feet.
she doesn't have anything fire related. Well, I won't spaz like that anymore. I just realized, okay? Well, she can't get close enough to slash any of these things yet, so for now, what is this? That's, okay, she can't see anything, so...
So she can double move or ready in action.
She's gonna double move.
Okay.
And I don't remember if there's penalty for,
Yes, 5 feet per. It's difficult terrain to move through somebody else.
So, let's see, 20, or no, 15.
Alright, so her perception is 10. Okay.
There.
Alright. you run in. You are still not within melee range of this critter that was messing around trying to grab Scrambles.
Yeah, then Blade's gonna. I guess that's her action, right? If I remember,
Correct.
double movement. Okay. Then that's all she's gonna do.
Okay. She used
Luthien is going to. Oh gosh, this is such a clusterfuck.
So Luthien was close enough to where you heard them talking about possibly leaving. You can
Okay.
also see that Toggin is restrained. And I'll say you can actually see enough with the splashing of the water and stuff, you can tell that Godin is also restrained.
Okay, and then Scrambles did not get restrained. Okay.
Correct. He's waiting to see if people want to leave. So speaking of witches, Scrambles, even though you said you were waiting for him to leave, I will say since he said in a cryptic way that he wants to leave, did you want to go ahead and take your ready to action and move out?
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay, so go ahead and move out your speed, 30 feet,
I don't know where the door is anymore.
right behind you to the east.
Oh.
Right here.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just gonna go there.
Okay,
Luthien is going to stand at the doorway here and then throw a flame. Can I see the whatever this is, vine blight? Or is that a
barely,
bad angle?
barely. There's lots of vines and there's Godin and Toggin, but you can see the other one just fine. The one to the north.
Oh, from my sight of view, I can't at all. Like the line of sight thing. That one?
Yes.
Okay. Well, alright, she's definitely,
So you can see them both. It's just that for 31 it's going to be at -5 to hit.
damn. Alright, nope. I will attack the one over here to keep it from grabbing Blade. Awesome.
Okay. So the flame immediately goes out, sizzles. Fire at all. It's very wet and damp in here.
Yeah, it's like trying to
But it
light a
does
match
burn.
to wet firewood.
It's still
I
magic.
gotcha.
It's magic, so it burns.
It's magic. Alright. Allow me her turn. I don't think she has anything that's like a dagger-like thing to help him. Yeah. Nope, never mind. It's fine. Perfect. That's her turn.
Alright, so Taugen.
Well, Toggin would like to not be restrained anymore, so here's an athletics check.
Okay.
It was almost a 14.
Same thing as you ripping and tearing, and there's new ones wrapping around, and you're struggling, and it's not able to quite get out.
Okay. Well, that sucks. Anyway.
Alright. So as you guys are struggling and moving, the larger mass in the center of the room
Oh, we
starts
pissed off
shifting.
Mama. No.
And
We're
you-
trying to leave.
I don't remember if you guys have fought this before, but irregardless, let me give you the I'll say you guys have read about them enough. that you recognize. Come on. Let me share it. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay. A shambling mound forms with these vines and things in the center of the room. Let me move this down. Yoink, yoink, yoink. There we go. And I'll fix the view. Move it over a little bit. Let's shift things around.
That is a lovely drawing, isn't it?
There we go. All right. So he's going to move up.
Talking about Jackson.
And I'm going to say there is a
Never mind. Never mind.
about a 90% chance that it's going to hit Toggin. Yes, because he is grappled with his little vines. I mean, restrained. So he goes, and this big limb-looking thing comes out to attack. Slams into Toggin.
Ow.
Alright, so now both attacks hit.
Ow.
Okay, so that's a separate action. Alright, so you are grappled by it now. Not quite what the picture shows yet, but these vines, as you slam, and then they stay there instead of pulling back to strike again. And they wrap around you, and you are also now grappled. Alright, Jackson.
Yes.
You see Luthien throwing fire in there. You see Scrambles come running out. Blade go running in.
Right. I'm thinking that if I can somehow help them out, perhaps like throwing a ray of frost to try to ungrapple them. Can I do that?
No. If you move up next to them, so you could go past Luthien into... You can then try to free somebody who's adjacent to you. So if you go in there, you can try to rip them out. Godin or Toggin.
Okay. Guidance right there, so I'll do that.
Okay.
I have to roll.
So you'll move around. I need an athletics check. And you're going for Godin.
You want it in the thing or?
Yep. Yes, just see. So you know that. Yeah, they've been rolling.
Inspiration.
Toggin rolled a 4. Go for it. And Godin rolled almost as bad. He rolled a 7. So yeah.
All right.
You guys haven't rolled double digits yet.
Thanks. Shall I do it again then?
All right. So as you grabbing and reaching, and you rip off some vines, but new ones come and replace it, and you are not able to free him either. All right. Top of the next round. I'm not going to worry about this time. All right, Luthien.
If you are talking, we cannot hear you.
I'm hitting the wrong push to talk button because I'm so used to it being tingy. Lupin is going to base off of her nature knowledge say that do not throw anything lightning at the shambling mound, as they like the lightning. I don't know what it does, but they like it. So no lightning damage, please. Then she is going to cast Flaming Sphere.
Ooh, good one.
It was either that or Flame Blade, and I think there's enough things in the faces of everything that I need something I can just do from a distance.
These are very like Moonbeam. Flaming Sphere is situation dependent. This is a very good use of Flaming Sphere. Alright, so let me unlock this, and if you would ping where you want it, please.
I gotta read the description. I think it determines where it can be. Oh no, it's just an unoccupied space. Fuck yeah. Alright, she's gonna put it the 5x5? 5 foot.
It's a
5 foot
5-foot
diameter.
thing, and then you move it, and it slams into people. And then, if they're adjacent to it at some point in time, whether it's whatever it
Can I
says,
put it,
they get burned. Just ping it. Ping where you want it.
when I put it like right about there, will it hit both the vine thing and the shambling mound?
Well, what it does is, as a bonus action, you move the sphere and ram it into somebody.
Oh,
And that does
okay,
damage.
yes.
Then,
Okay.
if you leave it where it is now, so we can bump them and attack them, and then it says, any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of it, then will has a chance of taking damage. So you do both things. So that is just fine where it is. So
Oh, fuck yeah, let's go.
so as your bonus, that was your action. Oops, hold on. And then as your bonus
mean,
action, you can attack with it. So go ahead and roll. The creature must make the saving throw. So go ahead and pick which one you're going to attack, the Vine Blight or the Shambling Mound, and then roll the saving throw on it.
Give me a second, I'm just marking off spell slots and making sure I have the concentration on myself and all that stuff so I don't forget to do it later.
Cool, 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 cool. Ooh, it failed. So go ahead and roll the damage.
Baby damage. It's okay though.
Very wet in here.
Okay,
So it was humid
perfect.
here before. Now there's steam rising up
Okay.
around this flaming sphere, and making it even warmer. But it does singe the big guy a little bit. You still have a movement if you want.
Honestly, if I take, it has to be able to be an area I can see, I think. So I don't think there's any point for me to be moving while I'm trying to, your choice within range, lasts for that duration.
Yes, you have to be able to see to control it.
Yeah, no, I think Luthien will probably stand. Can I go over here a little bit and still see that from there?
Yes.
She might. She's gonna move a little bit away from the door to give people more space to leave when and if they're trying to leave.
Okay.
And then she'll just not be able to see the other one. It's fine.
Alrighty. Scrambles. So you hear a bunch of movement. You saw them get tangled up, and you saw Blade and Jackson run in, and Luthien just did something with her spell, some sort of spell.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Oh, hey, Zinlu's around. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. Sorry I missed you before.
so. Scrambles is like, well, I thought we were gonna leave, but I guess not. So he'll walk over and he'll try
We
to
tried.
go back in here and untie whoever is nearest to him that is tied up, like grappled or whatever.
All right, so
Probably.
right now it's very crowded, so the only way you can do is you can go into here and grab Toggin. Now,
Okay.
as you step in, you see he's being grabbed by this big giant creature and the little dude. So, go ahead and give me a athletics check and roll double digits. We believe in you.
It's almost a 20.
That was almost a 20. That was a ripoff.
Yeah.
All right, so that is definitely enough to rip Toggin out of the vine blight. Now let's see if that was enough to get him out of. I will leave it up to you. Did you want to make a second check for? Because you're wrestling with the shambling mound. He has
Yeah,
him.
sure.
Did you want to do a second one or keep this one and use that one again?
I'll make a second one.
Okay, because it could be worse. Because you
It
rolled
could
a
be
14,
worse.
it was pretty good.
Oh, for sure.
All right,
16 is better
nice.
though.
Yeah, you gambled
Ooh.
one.
Just flexing
All right, so
on 'em.
let's see if
Those are
the-
bad odds too.
yeah, it was.
Those
I
are
was
really
like,
bad.
okay, for sure.
I know.
I
I'm reckless.
probably shouldn't have even given you the option because it was such a bad life choice, but you did it. All right, 21. Let's see.
Savage.
What's the point of playing if you're not going to roll dice, right?
Exactly.
All right.
Plus, what's the worst thing that happens? He's in the same place when I started. I
Oh,
mean,
this was not seen. What? Let me just double check because are you telling me this giant thing doesn't have a strength bonus? Because he rolled a 13. No, he should have a 14. He should have a. You still win. He should have had a 17. I don't know why he did it that way. That's weird.
yeah, I'm assuming it's pretty strong. It's gotta be rooted, and you know what I mean. I agree.
Yeah,
It
it's
should have
very
a strength
strong.
block.
It has same as almost as strong as you. All right, but not enough. Not in this case. So, you moved 10 feet, so you can move half your speed. So you have 20. You can move 10 more feet, pulling Toggin with you if you want. Did you hear me on that? Yeah. Did you? Were you able to hear what I said?
Yeah, I'll just try to see if I can yank him back out the door because I'm standing right next to it. So, can I
Right.
get him out the door now?
What I said was you can pull. You can move 10 more feet, pulling him with you
Oh,
if you
okay.
want.
Yeah. Then I'll do that.
All right. So go ahead and
Perfect.
so you move back out. Because it is involuntary movement. Officially, it does not provoke an opportunity attack. As he gets yanked out. Yoink. And we're going to just move him. The 2D version is a little messed up. The 3D version is better. But I'm going to fix it for the stream a little bit. Oh, hey, the water came back on the stream. Yay. That's awesome. I like it so much. All right. I'm turning the view so people can at home. Welcome, Zinlu. He's been doing a lot of Death Stranding, is that what it's called? Yeah, Death Stranding. He's got a really high level dude running around, built lots of roads, has a lot of different equipment and vehicles and cool stuff like that.
It's a really satisfying game. I recommend it.
But even if you don't like the game, go watch it for Zinlu. He's an awesome person. Alright, so there we go. We'll leave it like this for the moment. It is a little bit of a crowded fight. Alright, so Scrambles comes in, rescues Toggin. Man, I didn't even get to do much damage. You guys, not fair. Take away all my
Oh
fun.
no, what a shame.
Alright, Godin,
Um,
you are still restrained. Jackson is trying to help you rip out. There we go. Okay, so now you are free as Toggin gets ripped out. So that is your action. You still have your movement if you would like.
I want to move my ass out to. He's standing right in the doorway, isn't he?
Yes, Toggin is in the doorway.
I'll go to here, and then I will use my bonus action to instruct my hammer to hammer again.
Okay. And it just costs an extra 5 feet of movement, so you would be able to leave if you want. But you would need to be able to see to have your bonus, your spiritual weapon
So
attack.
yeah, that's right. I got a little bit more space. I can, yeah, I'll attack and then I'll get out. What was my other roll? What did I drop?
Go ahead and re-roll, hit advantage and re-roll. I'm
Sorry,
going to go
yeah,
ahead
I
and clear
forgot about
both
it.
you and Toggin while I'm thinking about it.
And then I will move my ass the rest of my
No longer
movement.
restrained, and you are no longer grappled. Okay.
And that gets rid of my.
And then Godin is no longer restrained. Okay. Alright, and you're able to move out. Alright, so Blade and Jackson are the only 2 people left.
Can I step back, or am I entangled?
Well, on your turn, you can try. Right now, you are not nailed, but we will see because this guy moves up. Actually, he does not move up. He just slides over a little bit. Let me move this over. Yeah, I'm going to shift the view again. Yeah, I'm liking this view. It's very cool. That's a better, slightly better angle. Scrambles is still a little hidden, so is Luthien, but we're getting there. Maybe go up a little bit? No. There we go, that's better. Anyway, so he moves over. And lashes out from 10 feet away. Ooh, he misses. Alright. And as not multi-attack, it's all he gets to do. Yep, alright, so these vines come reaching towards you and you're able to bat them away. But the mound is here, so he's going after Blade. As you see the vines that had Toggin sort of collapse and then move, drop into the water, new ones form and slam toward Blade, who ducks, hops back out of the way. Both of them miss. Wow, okay. This is going to be a very short fight. Blade.
Alright, and I'm assuming Blake can now reach the shambling mound.
Yes, you are now adjacent to it. Yep.
Alright, she's gonna do. Okay, I have to remember now. She's going to take her scimitars. Okay, the dancer makes 3 attacks, 1 was offhand, and some of 3 ranged attacks. Okay.
So the
Alright.
only difference is if you hit with the 3rd attack, you just do a little less damage.
Okay, okay. So, where is... actions. Okay, so melee weapon attack. Hit. attack.
First slice hits this root, it bounces off. The second one, he scrapes along it and cuts into it.
Was that two? That was two.
Those two, yep. So with her offhand, slashes out again. Wait for it. It's a
Nice.
-4 damage modifier type -4.
Bro, imagine she just does negative.
Oh, oops, I'm sorry. That was the wrong weapon. Seven, 6, 5, 3 damage. Mathing the math is hard.
All right. So
I think if it seems like everybody's leaving, I don't think she can really. Can she step back here? Is she gonna take an opportunity attack?
if when she leaves the shambling mound's range, she will take an opportunity attack. Yes.
I think if everybody's leaving, she's gonna try and leave.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20. There? She can still get through everybody? Okay.
And it is going to lash out as it leaves. Everybody's leaving. Nobody's sticking around. It made muffins and everything.
Look, man, he forced me to be his friend. He entrapped me. Okay.
Nice.
Felt like I couldn't say no.
Lashes out with 3 quick attacks, slicing into one as she's ducking and weaving from this thing's attacks. And then she sprints, trips over this slipping on this wet vine, and it slams into her back. She stumbles out past Toggin and scrambles. Into the room. Splish, splish, splash. Alright, Jackson, you are the only one left.
I just kind of do a guarded step back, get out of there.
No.
Am I grappled or anything? Let's see.
You are not grappled or
Guarded
anything.
step is not a thing in D&D. That's why he said no.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You are not
All right,
grappled or restrained. Yep. And
Okay.
the
I can,
creature missed.
I'll just book out of here.
Alright. So it's going to cost you an extra 10 feet of movement because everybody crowding around the door. But you are.
Okay.
So go ahead and move 20 feet
I just want to get out.
to get out
Yeah.
the door.
I just want to get. Fuck. You undo that. I just want to get out behind Scrambles
start again.
And out. Okay.
I can't fix it. You just have to grab your token and move again. There you go.
Fine. Okay. Right there's where I want to go. However you want to direct me.
Alright. So
Close the door, Doggin.
That's my plan.
she also comes stumbling out. Splish, splish, splash.
I was taking a bath.
It is Toggin.
Toggin is closing the door, and then there's not really. Is there like some sort of locking mechanism on this door, or will I have to
Not
like?
that you recognize. This door
Okay.
is
Turns
are
out it's
able
a
to open the
deadbolt,
door,
and we
but
just have never seen a deadbolt like that
We've
before.
never seen a deadbolt.
exactly.
It's fine. Tuggan closes the door and then like puts his whole like body up against it to try to like hold it closed.
Okay.
Hey,
Wait, I
somebody.
don't remember. Which direction does the door close in? Like, does it open into the room or
Yes.
open into the room we're in?
It opens into the room you're in.
Oh,
Cool. I am trying to block that door with my body and then go get something to keep this door closed. And he's saying
okay, we'll respond with
anybody and everybody to
start
get them to
grabbing
try
some
something.
beds.
Yeah, grab
Uh,
beds, grab something heavy that we can put against this door.
All right. So, is anybody not moving stuff?
nope.
Okay.
Toggen is not because he is blocking the door.
You do not feel any
The
resistance
only
against the door at all?
You think they could leave the room? Honestly, I'd be surprised.
I do not know.
Like, it seems like they've been here for a very, very long time.
I do not wish to find out whether or not they can get through the door.
That is fair. That's fair. Alright, the Lutheran will start hauling this bed here
So again,
closest to her.
the bottom bunks do not move. They are attached to the floor, but you can. Scrambles has already determined you can take off the top. The top bunk does detach.
What if I slammed it as a rhino?
You might
You're
be
gonna
able
use
to
a wild
damage it.
shape for that?
Yes, you might be able to remove the bottom one if you damage it enough.
And the chests, do they move? And how heavy
Yes,
are
the
the
foot lockers.
chests? Let me guess.
The foot lockers do move. They're about 7 pounds when they're empty. They're about
I'm
10
like,
pounds now.
honestly, I'd like however heaviness we can get there, whether that's jamming bunk beds in front of it or not, because they also looked pretty damn beefy.
Alright, so what are you guys doing? Make a decision. Let me know. As a 1 minute goes by, what are you doing? Godin, Jackson, Scrambles?
I thought we were gonna look at stuff or whatever. Were we all
We
doing
done
it?
looked at stuff. We're done looking at
Luke,
stuff.
Yeah, I said we leave.
Lucian's, well,
Is
we're
there?
still jamming the door, I thought, was what I thought we were doing, which we need to pull the top bunks off then. The Lucian's gonna ask
What is your strength,
Jackson with
Luthien?
scramble. Not much. Let me find out. 12.
Hey, that's above average. Congrats.
Wow. Congrats on me being above average. Let's go.
You're above average.
So
I'm
go.
always above
You could
average.
do it, but it'll take you a little while. If someone was helping you, it would be a lot easier.
She's gonna start by doing it herself, and then she's gonna turn to Scrambles and Jackson, who are closest, and say, "Hey, help me with this, please."
Okay. Scrambles will
Okay.
help.
And it's not the weight necessarily; it's the bulkiness. So
Yeah.
Oh, I
you
am well
guys are
aware.
able
I am
to-
well aware. As a small person, it's never the weight. It's that my arms don't reach around the flipping box.
All right. So dog, can go ahead and move yourself out of the way. Again, there is no resistance on the door at all as you move this bed against the door.
I think we should at least put one more if we want to be safe. No, it doesn't seem like they're trying to get out.
So there are long, almost, well, they're bolts coming down, but they're not threaded. They just slot into the posts on the bottom one. So this thing is sitting on these posts as you put it on the floor. And if you push it at all, it scrapes very annoyingly, metal against metal. These 4 bolts scraping across this metal floor.
Cool, guys. We've barricaded a door.
Yay.
I do not know whether or not they will come through door, but at least it will be harder for them.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
Get out of here.
Yeah, going back in that elevator, I think.
Okay, go to March.
I'm sure there's probably something cool in the vine room, but there's also vine monsters and death. So
We've been so many fights. We need a long rest before we fight anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out of level 2s entirely. It's just we probably
got
need to
12
regroup
beds
before
sitting
we
here.
try.
yeah, we got a billion bed.
Yeah,
Hey,
no.
we just put who's the heaviest? We'll put them in the door in front of the vine room.
Scrambles is pretty heavy.
Be the extra weight.
We put a bed in front of the door on this room, and then we put a bed in front of the door in the other room. Scrambles takes one, Toggin takes the other.
Yeah. Or we just start a fire.
We dig start the fire.
Scrambles has 2
Really?
mattresses, by the way. So
Yeah, he's
under his arms, he managed to still keep 2 of them.
Luthien is going to cast. Where is it? My freaking head. Cure wounds on target. If I upcast it, it adds an extra D8.
All right, so in this time frame, the
to be
flaming
honest,
sphere went away, and the spiritual weapon fades away.
Yes. Yes.
to
What,
be
man?
honest, spare your spell slots. I've got a bunch of spell slots. I want you to be able to cast spells if we get ambushed.
That is fair. I haven't cast hardly any spells weirdly. I swear I cast a couple. Besides
Look,
just
dude,
my level
I have
2s.
all
Whatever.
of my spell slots right now.
Okay, then yeah, I'll let you do your thing.
Allow me.
No, please. Allow me.
No, please. Allow me.
All right, so besides arguing about spell slots, what are you guys actually doing?
I say honestly, this isn't a bad place to camp out, unless we want to go up to the mud huts. That's the only other thing that I can think. Nothing will say
Well,
that.
we should probably at least let the rest of our group know we're alive, and also, I think we
Y'all go
probably
study.
know about dangers of fires in caves, so we should probably not start a fire in here.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's go up top. I want to see my dog.
Is there another, when we get back in the elevator, is there another level? I mean, does it go down further, or is just the only section?
Yes, as you move down, there's a button going down and up. You guys press the
Okay.
button, go up, back up, grabbed everybody, came down here, and left. So there's at least one more going down.
You guys coming or what?
Yeah, sorry.
Cool.
All right, so if everybody
Right.
agrees that they're going to
Yeah.
head outside, then you
Yep.
guys get outside.
Our mats will be outside.
Woo!
It is now about 11:30. Actually, no, it's about 11:45-ish as you guys are come back out through the room that you came into. It again, this time, as you leave, you do not get sprayed. But you do have to get into the door. The back door has to be closed. The front door will open as you leave. You guys got up at... So you got up about 6, so it's been 5 hours. So you would need to... hold on a second. 18, you need to go until... Yeah, I was right. So, you can keep going, but you can take a rest, but you can't actually stop for a long rest yet. You would have to wait until you can get an early start the next morning if you want, or you can just relax for the rest of the day and then sleep and get up at normal time. What do you want to do? Do you want to start as early as you possibly can?
I think we should just like chill for the rest of the afternoon, even if it doesn't give us the full benefit of a long rest. But I think that's probably more our speed because we've been in a ton of fights today.
Yes, and also I'm low on spells. My 1 spells.
Right, so you're going to... Is there anything in particular you would like to do as you are spending these spell slots? After you're spending the spell slots, when are you casting these spells? Talking right as you come out?
I figured I was doing them like before we went upstairs,
Okay.
but I'm just like, yeah, I've got a bunch of spell slots. Everybody gather around. I'll heal all of us.
Are we just going to do are we doing a long or a short rest at this point, or what do we?
At least a short rest.
I don't know when our last long rest was at this point.
So maybe I'd cut out again, but you guys got up at 6 in the morning. And actually no, you got up at 5 in the morning. You left camp, left a little house at 6, and then took off. So it was mentioned that you guys want to relax for the rest of the afternoon and then take your long rest as soon as like you're at your normal time, and get up and get going next morning as if it was a normal day.
Cool.
Is that what everybody's agreeing to?
Yeah,
Yes.
good.
Sure.
Just saying, if we're going to do that anyway, we don't really need to.
Just to
I
be
don't need to
clear,
burn
the
any
other
stuff.
option is chill for as long as you need to, and then as soon as you can, start your short rest and you start early in the morning at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'd have to do the math, but it's about 3 in the morning when it's still dark. Or you can just wait till you would normally do it and then leave about 6 in the morning when the
Are
sun's
we in a
coming up.
hurry? Because we've already done everything that we're on a time schedule for, right? In terms of getting everything we got the necromancer dealt with. We're just exploring at this point, right?
Correct. Yep. All right. I just want to make sure everybody understood the options, and so that's what you guys are doing as you go relax. So let me pull up. Trying to do 6 things at once. Where are you going to actually spend the afternoon? Here's the image. Make sure this is the right one. Yes, this is the right one. Maybe. No, this is not the right one. Ah, here it is. Okay. Come on. So right now your head, and by your head I mean the basilisk head that Scramble saved, is over here in the middle by the village over here, and is being guarded by Rendon, Cree, and Trix.
Okay, cool. That's good.
So where do you guys want to spend the afternoon? Are you going to, um, before we even worry about a long rest, where do you guys want to spend the afternoon?
You guys want to just
Uh,
take up in the old man's hut?
Honestly, Luthien, Luthion's a little more polite than you are,
Yeah, maybe
Scrambles.
we just hang out in the center of town.
Luthien would
Why do you not
say,
assume that I was going to do it in a rude way?
We're
Maybe I was going to pay you.
commandeer
you
commandeer on
threatened
the
an
boat.
old man already. Luthien saw you threatening an old man at the moment, so, like,
And somewhere around too. We can always kick him out of one of the huts.
Anyways, Luthien and Rundring will probably look for a drier spot like in the area to set up their camp. Luthien likes sleeping outdoors, so it's not like she really minds. This is probably as closest thing to the swamp enclave as she's been in a while. She's probably learned how to do just about every single environment. Not always well, but she knows general concepts of
Right.
that she's just gonna be. She's
Yes.
planning on sleeping outside. She'll probably camp if she can close to the Hydra Head and the Basilisk, just
Correct.
because then.
You are an arc
Um,
druid in that you have gone to every single enclave and done their studies.
Fuck yeah. Anyways,
Question: Is
what?
that like a fire pit in right there in the middle of town?
Yes.
Cool. That's where I'm going.
So within half a mile, um, this is the driest section. Do you want to extend your search beyond that?
Nah, nothing.
And by section, I mean land. These trees do grow up a little bit, so you could be up in the trees and drier. But as far as land is concerned, this is the largest collection of dry land in a while.
Nah, she wouldn't get up in the trees necessarily. She'll snuggle up with the floof, but she'll set up a little fire outside in a way she doesn't want to intrude upon these guys. Ooh, let me start getting their homeland and their area as she feels like they already have enough. So they'll camp in whatever dry-ish area there is land-wise, if it isn't too marshy. And then she will also probably go to at least around the huts and see if there's anything that she could give Rudrin for dinner, because he can't really just
There's a
go
giant
hunt.
Hydra corpse that you could
Oh yeah.
butcher.
I don't remember if we were trying to keep. Why do we have the Hydra? I know we have the basilisk head. Why do we have the Hydra's
Because
body?
we don't have the body, it just happens to be there.
Dead.
But Scrambles tries to has been starting to collect heads, so
Okay.
he has
Well
one of the
then,
heads. The body's just there because that's where he killed it.
Yeah, it was that's
oh,
where I killed it at. I didn't have time to butcher it because the second we take time to do anything, we get distracted by a new shiny thing.
Oh, I didn't realize that that's where it died, if I'm being
Yeah,
honest. So
all of this
yes.
combat has happened in like the last hour.
Yeah, Luthion's gonna start butchering the Hydra. Um, in the best way that she can, with the intention of a good chunk of it probably going to the big ass dog right there. Do you want me to do a survival check or anything?
If all you're doing is butchering it, no, that's you guys you're able to do that
Done it
just fine.
enough. I was gonna say done it enough times to know
Mhm.
generally how to.
Correct. I'm not concerned about you messing that up. It's common enough to where it's not like a aberration or something that has weird, unusual body parts. You know where
Okay.
the gallbladder and the weird things are, and the intestines that you don't want to eat are.
Well, I guess considering most of it's going to the dog, the plan is to go to a good chunk of the dog anyway. It doesn't really matter, anyways.
All right, so you guys, like I said, you leave. Let me check one thing. Where's my message of the day? Because I think my timing
You
is a little off by about an hour. Let me check.
Ranger gets done eating, and y'all see her like pushing him into the water,
All right, so I did not put.
scrubbing him down.
Yeah, so the timing of the message of the day is slightly off. So while I'm fixing this and explaining what's going to happen next, um, let's go left to right. Godin, are you going to be doing anything in the first hour as you guys leave?
No, I'll just chill, sit back, munch on something,
Chillin' and illin'.
ponder the mysteries of Cervantes.
All right, and
Um,
Jackson, are you going to be doing anything special in this
I'm
village
gonna
as you guys or swamp?
I'm gonna be keeping an eye out and things, like kind of like doing guard duty. I said duty.
All right,
doody da
Luthien. I
doody.
mean, Scrambles.
No, nothing, anything crazy special. I'm just gonna sleep on my nice new double bed.
Okay, you it is
It-
almost impossible. Well, if you're going to maintain any kind of combat readiness, it's going to be a challenge to keep these mattresses clean in this swamp. If you're going to focus on keeping the mattresses clean until you get here to this village, that's fine, but you will have your hands full and your weapons stowed. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's fine.
Okay?
Yeah, I don't care. I'll carry it weapon stowed.
Okay, so you got these both of them on top, sort of, over your, uh, just behind your horns as you're walking. It's not heavy, but again, it's just bulky. Um, but you're able to keep them up out of the water as you slosh your way over and come back to this dry land. Now, the issue is what are you going to do with them? Because it's mud. At
I am.
best, some dry areas, but it's still pretty, pretty dirty.
I'm gonna go talk to the old man in his hut and see if he'll let me stay in his hut.
He
'Cause I don't want
wants
them to get...
one Hydra neck.
Sure. Deal.
Right?
I'll give him a hydra neck.
I've still got you all selected. Alright, so go ahead and move yourself into the old man's hut. Talking.
Toggin was also gonna go to the old man to basically get permission to use their fire pit, and then also he wants to go ahead and make some of his potions.
So it's not up to me. You would need to speak to Crooked Fang when he returns, or just use it. You guys don't seem to care. And when he returns, if he doesn't like it, then he will have words with you.
Okay, I'm just gonna use their fire pit then, and make a fire and make some potions.
Is that a short rest thing?
That is a short rest thing. Actually, it's a 10-minute thing, but yeah.
10 minute. Okay, so there is a difference. So let me push you. See if you guys
You
get a
guys-
short rest. You are able to get the 10 minute thing. And you are able to get a short rest. So I'll push anybody who wants to roll hit dices. You can.
How many?
That's up to you guys. So during a long rest, you'll get half of your hit dice total, which is your level, back in the long rest. During a short rest, you can use as much as you want. Just keep in mind you will only get half of them if you use more than half. What was your question, Joe?
I'm gonna step away for a quick minute.
I thought I got hurt at some point, but obviously I'm not, but I'm kind of just think that
Blade
I
got
might be
hurt,
remembering
but
wrong.
that was it.
Oh, maybe that was it then.
Isn't Blade a bard? Does she have Song of Rest?
She is a blade singer.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me look if she has Song of Rest.
I've not seen
She's
Song
a
of Rest
fighter
on her
bard,
scrolls.
yes. She has...
I'm not seeing it
No, she
personally.
doesn't have. She doesn't have Song of Rest. She does have combat maneuvers. Don't forget, but she doesn't have Song of Rest.
Okay.
Okay. There's that. There's that. All right. So as you're finishing up your short rest, Jackson, you see some movement off in the distance. And let me roll for you since you're not here. Okay. So it's not a very far distance, but you hear some noise and you turn around, run across to... Dadgummit. Where is the selection mode? Did that work? Yes.
I'm back, sorry.
Alright, so you were sort of wandering along the eastern side when you saw some noises. Saw some movement and ran across over to the east. And you see there's a group of lizard people coming through the water, swimming towards you all. They're about 100 feet away.
Lizard people.
Looks to be about 8 of them from what you can see. What would you like to do?
I'm so sorry. I was listening and my brain stopped processing what I was listening to, so I don't know what you were asking about what. What
I'm
do you want to
asking
do about what?
Jackson. I'm asking Jackson what he's doing. He was on guard. He sees
Oh,
something. So what is he doing?
Well,
And he just.
make the announcement to somebody close by.
I can barely hear you.
Scrambles
You
is
said
out
you're gonna
taking a
talk to
swim. I'll
somebody
use the
about a spy.
walkie-talkie. His cape can buzz as
Uh,
something going on. I'm hearing something.
I said
Is
Scrambles. He
it?
says he hears
Looks like
something.
it. I'm I'm hearing something. Correct?
You see about 8 lizard people swimming through the water towards you. They're about 100 feet away. Did you were you did you hear what I said about the lizard people? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can
yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Okay, so because Reno's not answering.
Somebody left the call. I don't
It was,
remember.
frickin' heck.
That was Micah.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, he moved to the sidebar. That's weird. Welcome back, Mike.
all right, Reno, can you hear us? All right, so Scrambles. Jackson says to you, first of all, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So the walkie-talkie beeps and says, "Hey, I see a bunch of lizard people coming toward us through the water."
I guess I'll sit up and go out there.
Okay, Doggin, you're working on your potions, uh, and you see Scrambles come out, and Jackson. Actually, you would have seen Jackson go running past you, and then Scrambles comes walking out of the hut.
I'm walking real slow because I would rather be laying in my new bed.
Well, here we go again. Which end did they go to?
Which end did who go to where? I don't understand the question.
Which end of the island is Scrambles heading to?
Scrambles just
Toggin will
stepped out
join
of the
him.
hut.
Oh,
Jackson ran across to where he is now.
okay. Sorry, I missed. Okay. Toggin will go ahead and start walking over to where Jackson is.
Okay, so you also see. So go ahead and move yourself. You see 8 lizard people coming from the east, swimming through the water. They're now about 60 feet away.
And they are like. The old man is also one of these lizard people, right? Like, not in that group, but like they're the same race,
The same
same
race, yeah.
species.
Yes,
I
they
think
appear
so.
to be the same race. It's hard to
Toggen's
tell
not doing
because all you
anything
can
else.
see is their head.
He is waiting for them to get closer.
Okay.
It's probably been an hour since he cast it on himself, so he's going to go ahead and cast his understand languages on himself again.
All right. So are you able to do that like a cantrip, or is that spell slot?
That's using his hex points.
Okay.
And a reminder, because the people that made this homebrew race were a little bit silly about it. The understand languages sounds like it would be comprehend languages. It is not. It is tongues, and not comprehend languages. so I still can't read. Is basically what that means. But they can understand me.
Real life.
All right, so this is where we will leave it till next week, as you see these lizard people, lizard folk, swimming towards you all. Thank you for playing. I appreciate you. Tomorrow, we are doing a little bit more of the D's and the other D's. So come back, same time. Thanks for hanging out with us, Zinu. I appreciate you. Um, and don't forget to like, subscribe, whatever else you do. Enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Night. All right, night, guys.
Night. So talking,
Good
how
night.
long does that last? Is that gone from scrambles? Actually, oh, it is gone. You took it out. Okay. Are you going to cast it? Are you casting it on him too, or just yourself?
Scrambles isn't here, so I'm just casting it on myself. I was just whispering to Micah to take the comprehend languages out of his languages, or put a space somewhere or a period somewhere so that Fantasy Grounds doesn't recognize it anymore. Just so that he does not immediately understand things he is not supposed to be understanding. But it lasts for an hour, and I'm assuming that it's been an hour at least since I cast it. So I am
Yes, it's
just
been
casting
close
it
to
on
2.
myself.
All right. Cool. Cool. Cool.